Hello students, welcome in today's online lecture of Organization of Commerce and Management. Dear students, in our fifth chapter, Emerging Modes of Business, we have discussed two main concepts, and that is e-business. What is the meaning of e-business? E-business means electronic business. So any transaction which you are going to complete with the help of internet, laptop, mobiles, so that transaction is called as a e-business. It includes buying and selling of goods and services and other things also. So here in this chapter we have discussed benefits of e-business, limitation of e-business. So this is very important concept from the exam point of view also. So do it very well. Then again we learn about the online transaction, how these transactions are going on, means what is the procedure of this online transaction. In that three steps are there. The first is the registration step. Here you have to mention all your details like your name, address and your account number and all that you have to give. Then the second step is the placing an order. Placing an order means here you have to select the product which you like and put the product in the shopping cart. Okay, so this is the second step, and the last step is the payment. So here you have to decide the mode of payment. There are various mode of payment like cash on delivery, check, net banking transfer, use of credit or debit card, or digital cash. So these are the various modes of payment. So these three steps we have discussed in the online transaction. So this point is also very important. Then another new concept we discuss, and that is outsourcing. What is the meaning of outsourcing? Then why there is a need of outsourcing? So outsourcing is the process of contracting some business function to specialized agency, so that the company can save their time and company can give more attention towards the most important process or function related to the business, and all the small work, or we can say the like sanitation, canteen, security, all these are the various other requirement of the business can be hand over to the another agency, that is called the outsourcing. So that part also we have discussed. In this outsourcing, again advantages and disadvantages is very important to learn. And another small new concept regarding the outsourcing is the forms of outsourcing. In the forms of outsourcing, there are three forms. The first is the business process outsourcing. In we can say its abbreviation is BPO. Then the second is the knowledge process outsourcing, KPO, and the third is the legal process outsourcing, that is LPO. So all these three forms of outsourcing, that also we have discussed. Now the another part relating to this lesson is the distinguish of all these e-business and traditional business, then e-commerce and e-business, distinguish between, and distinguish between BPO and KPO. See, in our subject, though it is a theoretical subject, then also the objective question plays a very important role, because earlier also I said that only the objective question gives you here the out of marks. So you have a chance of getting full marks in these objective questions only. That's why I am always saying objective questions are very important to solve. So again and again read all the objective question, because all the objective question raise your total score. So today we are going to solve all the exercise of this lesson, emerging modes of business. Now see the first question. Give one word, term, phrase for the following sentences. Now here the sentence will be given to you and you have to write answer in a form of a word or a term or a phrase which will suitable that sentence. Again here you have to write that whole sentence, full sentence you have to write, and in front of that write your answer. Now we are going to start the first one. The stage where the goods bought are delivered to the customer. Now which is that stage where the goods are bought are given to the customer? Of course the answer is delivery stage. Okay, then the second is the term derived from the terms email and e-commerce. Now what is that term? Yes, very correct, e-business. So e-business is the term which comes from two terms, email and e-commerce. Now take the third one, the transaction which is done with the help of internet. Now you know that the answer is online transaction. Yes, online transaction is conducted with the help of internet. Now the fourth is the first step in online transaction. Yes, you are all aware about that. What is the first step? Registration. Correct. Registration is the first step in online transaction. What is the second? Placing an order. And what is the third? Payment. Yes, there are three steps in online transaction. Now the fifth one, the process of contracting a business function to specialized agency. What is that process called? Yes, outsourcing. Outsourcing is the process of contracting business function to specialized agency. Now the sixth is subset of outsourcing. So the subset of outsourcing is BPO. Then subsegment of BPO, seventh one, subsegment of BPO. The answer is KPO, knowledge process outsourcing. Now the eighth one of the value added BPO service which involves legal work. Now here in this sentence you get the hint from the word legal. So legal work is related with legal process outsourcing, that is LPO. Okay, so in this way you have to solve this question. Now the second question, state whether the following statements are true or false. Here the sentence will be given to you and you have to identify whether the statement is true or false. Again write the full sentence and in front of that you have to write your answer. Always keep this habit of writing the full sentence of this question. Just don't write the answer. Now see what is the first sentence. It is easy to set up a business as compared to traditional business. Means it is easy to set up e-business as compared to traditional business. Yes, of course the statement is true. Why it is so? Because see, when you are going to start the business in a traditional way, you have to do a lot of capital investment for purchase of land, then set up of shop, then you have to invest your money in fixed assets or we can say working other current assets also. So lot of capital investment is required, and again time limitation is there in a traditional way of doing the business. But in e-business you don't require that much capital. Anywhere for any time you can do the business. So it is very easy to start the e-business. Now the second is the term e-business is derived from the term email and e-commerce. Yes, just now we have solved. The statement is true. Now the third is e-business allows you to work across the globe in any field. Yes, treatment is true. Because see, through the e-business or through the help of internet, you can do your business beyond the boundaries of one nation. So all the customers from any part of the world, they can come in contact with you, and they can place an order, and also you have the facility of sending the product which are ordered by your customer. So nations boundaries are now no limit for doing the transaction with the help of internet. Now the fourth is LPO stands for legal product outsourcing. LPO stands for legal product outsourcing. The answer is false. The fifth is KPO requires advanced analytical and technical skills. The answer is true. Yes, KPO requires the advanced knowledge and technical skills also. So in this way, you have to solve all the questions which comes under this type of question pattern. Okay. Now the next is find the odd one. Find the odd one means you have to find such a word which is not suitable in that group. The first is the BPO, RTO, LPO and KPO. So you are all smart students. Now you have already guessed the word which is odd one. The answer is RTO. Correct. Now the second is B2B means business to business. B2C means business to consumer. Then A to Z. And the last is C to C means consumer to consumer. So here the scope of e-business is given, and in this group A to Z is the odd one. So you have to keep it away from this group. Okay. So in this way you have to solve such type of questions. Now the third is the debit card, credit card, Aadhaar card and ATM card. Now here again you can easily identify the odd one, and that is Aadhaar card. Okay, so debit card, credit card and ATM card, you can use it for making the payment of purchases of goods. But Aadhaar card, with the Aadhaar card you cannot do the payment. So that is the odd one. Now the next question is arrange in proper order. So here some steps are given, but they are not in a sequence. You have to arrange that all steps in a sequence. Now what is this? Just read out. First is the purchase or sell, then delivery stage, then pre-purchase or sell. Now you have to put all these words in its proper order. Now the first, what will come first? First is the pre-purchase or sell, then purchase or sell, and the third is the delivery stage. So this is the proper way of this process. Okay. Now the second is placing an order, cash on delivery and registration. Now you have to put all these three in a proper order. Now the first, what is the answer? You have to do the first registration, then you have to place an order, then after making payment you get that product, that is cash on delivery, means you are doing the payment. So the proper order is registration, placing an order and cash on delivery. Okay. So such type of questions can be there in exam also. Now the next is complete the sentences. Here you have to give a proper word for completing the sentence. No any options will be given to you. You have to write it by your own. The first is e-business is an abbreviation for. You know that e-business is an abbreviation for electronic business. Correct. Then again, the term e-business came into existence in the year 1997. Third is the e-business means using the dash to connect people and process. So e-business means using the internet to connect people and process. Okay. Then the fourth is e-business is superset of e-commerce. Okay, fourth is e-business is superset of e-commerce. Now the fifth is e-commerce is subset of e-business. Okay, then the sixth is the process of contracting a business function to specialized agency is known as outsourcing. Okay, so in this way you have to write all these questions. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, हा जो प्रश्न आहे की रिकाम्या जागी योग्य शब्द तुम्हाला भरायचा आहे, इथे बरेचसे विद्यार्थी काय करतात की नुसतंच त्याचा आन्सर लिहितात. तर तसं कधीही करू नका. तुम्ही पूर्ण वाक्य लिहा आणि ते पूर्ण वाक्य लिहून त्या वाक्यामध्ये जिथे ती फिलिंग द ब्लँक सोडलेली आहे तिथे तुमचा योग्य शब्द तिथे लिहायचा आहे. कधीही आळस करू नका आणि तुम्ही पूर्ण वाक्य लिहिल्याने तुम्हाला पण कन्फ्युजन होणार नाही. आणि पेपर चेक करत असताना जे एक्झामिनर आहेत त्यांनासुद्धा लगेच ते समजून येईल. कारण कधीकधी असं होतं की पूर्ण वाक्य न लिहिल्यामुळे तुमचा कधीकधी सिक्वेन्स हा चुकतो प्रश्नांचा लिहिण्यासाठी. दुसरा कधी आधी सोडवता, चौथं कधी आधी सोडवता, मग ते नंबरिंग द्यायला तुमचं चुकू शकतं आणि त्याच्यामुळे सुद्धा तुमचं आन्सर हे बरोबर असूनसुद्धा चूकमध्ये धरलं जाऊ शकतं. म्हणून कधीही असा आळस करू नका. पूर्ण वाक्य तिथे लिहायचं आहे आणि त्याचं तुम्ही आन्सर लिहायचं आहे. जास्त वेळ याच्यामध्ये जात नाही, त्यामुळे ही सवय तुम्ही ठेवा की कुठलाही ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह क्वेश्चन असेल त्याचं तुम्ही पूर्ण वाक्य हे लिहिलंच पाहिजे. देन द नेक्स्ट इज करेक्ट द अंडरलाईन वर्ड अँड रिराईट द फॉलोइंग सेंटेन्सेस. आता हा क्वेश्चन थोडासा नवीन आहे. इथं तुम्हाला वाक्य दिलेलं आहे आणि ज्या शब्दाच्या खाली अंडरलाईन केलेलं आहे तो शब्द चुकीचा आहे आणि त्याच्याऐवजी तुम्हाला तिथं योग्य शब्द लिहायचा आहे आणि परत ते सेंटेन्स लिहायचं आहे. तुम्हाला इन्स्ट्रक्शन तशी दिलेलीच असते, वाचा व्यवस्थित. करेक्ट द अंडरलाईन वर्ड म्हणजे जो अंडरलाईन वर्ड आहे तो चुकीचा आहे त्याला करेक्ट करायचं. अँड रिराईट द फॉलोइंग सेंटेन्सेस. रिराईट म्हणजे तुम्हाला वाक्य परत लिहायला सांगितलेली आहेत. तर ह्या सूचना फार महत्त्वाच्या आहेत. बरेचसे विद्यार्थी परत असंच करतात की जेवढा अंडरलाईन वर्ड दिलेला आहे तो फक्त बरोबर करून तेवढाच वर्ड लिहितात. तर ही सवय चुकीची आहे. तर मी पुन्हा एकदा सांगते, कोणतेही ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह क्वेश्चन असतील तर त्यांच्या बाबतीमध्ये तुम्ही ही रिस्क घेऊ नका. तुम्ही पूर्ण वाक्य तिथं लिहा म्हणजे तुम्हाला त्याचे मार्क्स मिळतील आणि पेपर चेकिंग करत असताना एक्झामिनरलासुद्धा त्रास होणार नाही आणि तुम्हाला पण नंतर कन्फ्युजन राहणार नाही. नाव द फर्स्ट इज ई-बिझनेस इज हार्ड टू स्टार्ट. आता या क्वेश्चनमध्ये हार्डला अंडरलाईन केलं आहे. अंडरलाईन वर्ड इज हार्ड म्हणजे तो चुकीचा आहे, तो इनकरेक्ट आहे. तर आपल्याला करेक्ट वर्ड लिहायचं आहे. आता ई-बिझनेस सुरू करणं हे फार अवघड काम आहे का? नाही, सोपं काम आहे. मग इथे हार्डच्या ऐवजी तुम्ही कुठला शब्द लिहायचा आहे? इझी. ओके, सो ई-बिझनेस इज इझी टू स्टार्ट असं स्टेटमेंट लिहायचं आहे. नाव द सेकंड, देअर आर 5 स्टेजेस ऑफ ऑनलाईन ट्रान्झॅक्शन. आता 5ला इथं अंडरलाईन केलं आहे म्हणजे तो चुकीचा वर्ड आहे. ओके, मग तुम्हाला तिथे करेक्ट लिहायचं आहे. आता ऑनलाईन ट्रान्झॅक्शनमध्ये 5 स्टेजेस आहेत का? नाही. किती आहेत मग? 3च आहेत. फर्स्ट इज वॉट? रजिस्ट्रेशन, देन प्लेसिंग अन ऑर्डर अँड थर्ड इज द पेमेंट. आपल्याला माहिती आहे 3 स्टेजेस आहेत. मग तुम्ही वाक्य लिहिताना परत ते लिहायचं आहे, देअर आर 3 स्टेजेस ऑफ ऑनलाईन ट्रान्झॅक्शन. ओके, 3 हे आन्सर आहे. तर नुसतं 3 असं आन्सर नाही लिहायचं, तर तुम्हाला ते वाक्य परत नीट करून लिहायचं आहे, करेक्ट करून लिहायचं आहे. नाव द थर्ड इज रजिस्ट्रेशन इज द लास्ट स्टेप इन ऑनलाईन ट्रान्झॅक्शन. आता रजिस्ट्रेशन ही लास्ट स्टेप आहे का ऑनलाईन ट्रान्झॅक्शनची? तर नाही. ॲक्च्युली रजिस्ट्रेशन ही फर्स्ट स्टेप आहे. जस्ट आय सेड रजिस्ट्रेशन, प्लेसिंग अन ऑर्डर अँड पेमेंट हा सिक्वेन्स आहे. तर आपल्याला माहिती आहे रजिस्ट्रेशन ही लास्ट स्टेप नाही आहे, मग कोणती आहे? फर्स्ट आहे. मग फर्स्ट तिकडे यायला पाहिजे. मग आपण वाक्य कसं लिहिणार? रजिस्ट्रेशन इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप इन ऑनलाईन ट्रान्झॅक्शन. ओके, नाव द फोर्थ इज डिजिटल कॅश इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ प्लास्टिक करन्सी. ओके, सो डिजिटल कॅश हे प्लास्टिक करन्सीचं रूप आहे का, तर नाही. मग प्लास्टिक करन्सी आपण कशाला म्हटलं आहे, डेबिट कार्ड आणि क्रेडिट कार्डला. मग डिजिटल कॅश ही कशाचं स्वरूप आहे, तर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक. ओके, so you have to write the statement, digital cash is a form of electronic currency. Now the last is the KPO includes less knowledge based and specialized work. आता KPO हे असं आउटसोर्सिंगचं फॉर्म आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये नॉलेज उलट जास्त लागतं. ओके, मग इथे आपल्याला लेस लिहिलेलं आहे, लेस नाही ना, मोर येणार शब्द. मग आपण वाक्य कसं लिहिणार, KPO includes more knowledge based and specialized work. Okay, so in this way you have to solve all these questions. So this is all about the only objective question. And see, for 2 marks the terms can be asked like explain the following terms like B2B, B2C, C2C, outsourcing, what is the meaning of BPO, KPO, LPO. So you have to write the meaning of all these terms, and it can be asked for the 2 marks. Now do the distinguish between the traditional business and e-business. The second is e-business and e-commerce, and the third is BPO and KPO. Okay, and for the long answer question, do what are the types of e-business, explain. Then explain the steps involved in online transaction. Then what are the advantages and disadvantages of e-business. Then what are the advantages and disadvantages of outsourcing. So these questions can be asked for long answer type question. Then for the justify the following, like a statement can be there that online transaction is done with the help of internet. So you have to give the reason why it is said. You have to mention the various reason. You have to justify your that statement by giving various reason. Then second is e-business allows user to work across the globe in any field. And the third is it is easy to set up e-business as compared to traditional business. म्हणजे e-business सेटअप करणं हे सोपं आहे आणि ट्रॅडिशनल बिझनेसपेक्षा. तर असं का आपण म्हणतो ते तुम्हाला तिथे फक्त एक्सप्लेन करायचे आहे. त्याचे व्हेरियस रिझन्स आहेत. आता व्हेरियस रिझनमध्ये तुम्ही सगळे ॲडव्हान्टेजेस लिहू शकता की ई-बिझनेस सेटअप करणं का सोपं आहे, तर तेच तुमचं जस्टिफाय द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंटमध्ये येणार आहे. आणि ई-बिझनेस तुम्ही जगामध्ये कुठेही करू शकता. मग हेही आपण असं का म्हणतो आहे, तर इंटरनेट कनेक्शन असल्यामुळे तुम्हाला सगळ्या ग्राहकांशी संपर्क करणं सोपं जातं. त्याचप्रमाणे तुमचे सप्लायर्स आहेत त्यांच्याशी सुद्धा संपर्क करणं सोपं जातं. पेमेंट ऑफ मोड तुम्ही नेट बँकिंग ट्रान्सफरने सुद्धा करू शकता. म्हणजे पेमेंट, प्लेसिंग अँड ऑर्डर इथे काही तुम्हाला प्रॉब्लेम येत नाही. म्हणून ई बिझनेस हे थ्रू आउट द ग्लोब अँड अक्रॉस द नेशन्स बाउंड्रीज तुम्ही करू शकता. म्हणजे असं तुम्ही तुमचं आन्सर काय करायचं, जस्टिफाय करायचं आहे. ओके, सो ऑल दिस इज अबाउट आवर these lessons exercise. Solve all these question in your notebook, and in our next lecture we are going to start with the new chapter. Till then, take care, be happy, stay at home, and thank you.